force is, it's mocking us.
So hello and welcome YouTubers and Doctor Who fans to another Big Finish audio review. This is not just any old Big Finish audio review. We will be taking a look at an audio which is said to be the best out of the entire range. And I'm not just talking the monthly range, I'm not just talking the Doctor Who range in general, but everything that Big Finish has done. This is rated the best audio that they have ever done. And it can even rival against the amazing Dark Eyes. So you're probably thinking this must be an absolute cracker of an audio. So this is going to be the video where I say my thoughts and opinions on the Chimes of Midnight. And there's the time to skip to the review. So we can have a look at the cover art. Again, brilliant cover art. We have Paul McGann here as the Doctor. We have India Fisher, who plays the character Charlotte Pollard, who start off the 8th Doctor companion in the monthly range and stayed like that for quite a while actually. Did a great long term running she did. And we have the grandfather clock in the background almost striking midnight, and we have the house in the background where it's all set. So it's sort of like the ghost light sort of story, but much better. So it's the side Chimes of Midnight, and it's released 29 very early. So now we have the back, and this story is written by Robert Shearman and directed by Barney Edwards. So, Halloween 1938, 'twas the night of Christmas, and all the house, not a creature was stirring, but something must be stirring. Something hidden in the shadows, something which kills the servants of an old Edwin mansion in the brutal, I can't know how to pronounce that word, but it means strange, manner possible. Exactly on the chiming of the hour, every hour, as the grandfather clock ticks on towards midnight. Trapped and afraid, the Doctor and Charlie must force to play detective to murders with no motive, where even the victims don't stay dead. Time is running out, and time itself might as well be the killer. So the running time of this is 100 minutes approx. So this is the innards, so there's no point opening it up because both sides are exactly the same with the grandfather clock. And with the booklet, you can see the characters featured in this story, just production notes on each of the parts, and just some other Big Finish audios getting released, BBC books and magazines as well, and just some writer's notes from Robert Shearman. So my overall thoughts and opinions on the Chimes of Midnight. It is said, as I said, one of the best audios ever that Big Finish has done. Do I believe this, or do I find it overrated? Now, I love this audio. This is just a fantastic audio, and I can definitely believe the hype on this one. It's tremendous. I really love this. I don't want to go anywhere near the storyline because I would love people to just pick this audio up because it's tremendous, but I'm just going to go through some points which I liked about it, or I loved about it, I would say. The first point is actually the atmosphere of this audio. It had the grandfather clock ticking in the background, brings sort of heartbeating feel, especially when it ticks towards midnight, where the clock builds up and it goes faster and faster and faster, and it also raises your heartbeat as well when getting towards that, and it really links towards the cliffhangers as well, and it gets really heartbeating, this story does, and it reminds me a lot of the Hammer House of Horror type stories. And if you know me personally, I love Hammer House of Horror, and this audio just works like Hammer House of Horror just fantastically. Again, it's a lot like Ghostlight, as I say, because it's all based in the house, but believe me, this is like the ultimate version of Ghostlight. It has nothing to do anything with Ghostlight, nothing in that storyline, it's completely different, but again, I love the clock ticking in the background, just echoing throughout the house is fantastic. As well, the cliffhangers are really heartbeating throughout the storyline. Now, at the start, a lot of things happen very weird in this story. It's very like poltergeist sort of activity it is as well. And again, it brings back a lot of mystery to what's happening around. And at the start, you don't really know what's going on. But as the story progresses, then you know what's going on. It goes, that's what's going on. So at the start, you're saying, I'm not sure why all this is happening yet, but It explains it all very well, and may I say it is an excellent ending to this story as well. Again, I'm not going to say what happens, but it's something brilliant with the Doctor and Charlotte Pollard, which happens at the end as well, which I will say nothing about, but it's brilliant, it is. And the characters as well, I do like all the characters. All the characters are on top performances. They all do brilliant voice acting with every character, and again, a lot of mysteries with each character, where, as you said on the back of the blurb, where it says they don't die, so something's very strange going on in the house, and there's no way they can escape it, and this is probably going to be the most powerful villains in this as well. A very threatening villain in this, and a very mocking villain. I'm not going to say anything about the villain or the whatever, because it's quite hard to describe it. Well, if I describe it, I think it would give it away, so I'm not going to describe the enemy. But so, thank you very much for watching the review of the Chimes of Midnight. If I would rate this, it would be a straight 10. I just love this audio so much, and I think you would love it just as much if you were a fan of horror type stories, or perhaps Ghostlight, but that's probably not the best way to go, because not a lot of people like Ghostlight. So I said this is like the ultimate version of Ghostlight. Or if you're a fan of Hammer horror type of stories, then this is an audio you definitely should check out. And if you're starting to get big finishes, definitely look into getting this one, because I love it so much, and probably is one of my favourites as well in my collection, and I believe the hype on this one. Now this can rival with Dark Eyes, so do I prefer the Chimes of Midnight more or not than Dark Eyes? Well, if you're talking to me, I do prefer Dark Eyes more than the Chimes of Midnight. Dark Eyes feels like an ultimate 8th Doctor adventure, and believe me, they are close, but Dark Eyes just feels like a true 8th Doctor adventure. I'm not talking about Dark Eyes 1 in general, but probably the whole series as well, which I'm really enjoying to listen to Dark Eyes 2 and then Dark Eyes 3 and onwards. But don't get me wrong, Chimes of Midnight is a heart-beating story and chilling, and you should pick up this audio anywhere you can. It is out of stock, but it shouldn't be that hard to hunt it down on eBay. But thank you very much for watching the review, and stay tuned for the 50th review, which will be featured on Friday with the new adventures of Bernard Summerfield, a release from Big Finish, which I'm very pumped about, and to review as well. So stay tuned for that.